I just read the greatest script I've ever read in my life. Really? Who wrote it? I did.
Who's the most legitimate Hollywood tough guy, in your opinion? You accept it, of course. It's that hard to think of a legit one?
Can you think of one?
Michael Jai White?
Can I laugh in your face?
Really?
Yes. Do I think Michael is a tough guy? No. Do I think he's a martial artist? No.
Thoughts on Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Can I laugh in your face? Do I think Jean-Claude's a tough guy or martial artist? No.
Chuck Norris?
Chuck is in his mid-70s. He's probably 76 years old, okay?
He is a legitimate Aikido black belt. He's a very big guy.
How fast are you still at 60 years old? And when you're sparring guys like Lyoto and Anderson, how fast are you still?
You should ask them that. I don't want to answer that.
Do you believe you're still as fast as you were even 10 years ago?
Maybe faster.
Really?
Fucking incredible, man. He's really throwing this guy.
Right.
This is legit. He's legit. He is very legit.
I've forgotten more techniques than most people have learned.
Wow.
First of all, I started out in karate.
Sure, yeah.
You know, for many years before I even began Aikido. So, and then I went around the world studying from, you know, Kung Fu masters, Muay Thai masters, you know, and Tai Chi masters. And so I've been doing mixed martial arts for 40 years.
And if the sport was this popular perhaps 20 years ago, do you think you might have competed inside the octagon?
I may have been a bad boy and done it. I don't turn my hand when I punch.
You don't corkscrew the hand?
No. It's very different. My punches are very different. And they're quick, you know. My whole body flies.
Right.
Perfect position. It's really amazing. In fact, he was an instructor, one of the very first Americans to teach at a dojo in Japan.
After Anderson knocked out Vitor Belfort, he said the front kick he won the fight with was taught to him by you. Gave you credit for that.
Anderson, after the fight, said that he learned that front kick to the face from you.
Right.
How did you and Anderson Silva first come into contact?
Anderson sent me a card saying, teach me your lethal stuff, teach me your great stuff. And then I went to Black House and started teaching him,
Steven Seagal had just met with the Dalai Lama. Right. And so the Dalai Lama made him a deity.
In 1997, you were recognized as a Tibetan Lama, or a tulku, that you were the reincarnation of a 17th century Buddhist monk named Chundrag Dorje.
I just met with the Dalai Lama, and he, in his wisdom, decided to make me a deity.
Can you tell me more about that and what that meant?
Well, without going into any great detail, I've been a Buddhist since I was a child, since I was a young boy.
You know, I feel a difference. I feel like an enlightenment, and everything just seems to come into place for me. Certain things now that never made sense to me make sense to me on a universal level. And his assistant comes up to him and says, "Hey, Steven, your ex-wife called. You can't bring the kids over this weekend. You tell that fucking cunt. If she doesn't get those kids over here, I'll break her fucking neck."
Moving on to another topic, you do a lot of law work, particularly on the border here in Arizona. What makes a movie star like yourself who could sit back and live the lifestyle of a movie star, relax, coast through life? What makes you want to put your life on the line against, you know, drug traffickers, human traffickers, rapists and the likes, protecting the border? Why do that?
I'm a warrior, and that's in my blood.
Well, Steven Seagal, you know, he used to really get shots in, you know, in these scenes. So got to a point where we had to come to our boss, you know, the stunt coordinator. We were like, hey, man, Steven's really hitting us. Can you kind of tell him to, you know, can you tell Steve to relax a little bit? So Steven found out that one of the guys was like a black belt in judo, like a serious black belt.
Gene LaBelle's a fucking gorilla. He's just, you know, national champion judo player, and he's just so fucking ridiculously strong. Well, you know, Steven was trying to say that no one could choke him out.
So Steven comes up to the guy, he's like, hey, put me in your best hold. I bet you I can get out of it.
So, you know, I was like, all right, Steven, let's try it.
choke Steven.
I get him in a headlock there. I get him in the rear naked.
Put him in a chokehold. Right? Steven's struggling.
He takes this hand, the free hand, and then you just karate chops me right in, the old sisters.
He's losing air a little bit, but all you hear.
He got tired after doing that, and he just fell asleep. And I guess maybe he forgot to go to the bathroom, so he went to the bathroom then.
Smells like shit everywhere. The guy choked the shit out of Steven Seagal.
He was marked for death.
Steven, thank you so much for your time. As I said, I've always been a big fan of you as a martial artist, of your many charitable undertakings. And, we didn't talk about your helping animals around the world as well. You're a big dog lover, helping to save animals' lives in various countries. Your work on the border and keeping us all safe. And as one of the most legitimate martial artists, old school martial artists, and a man who was the first Westerner to ever operate his own Aikido dojo in Japan, which I think is a massive achievement as well. And I just want to say thank you for joining us on the show today, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
I don't know a thing about average. Been in the ring, black beamer and a bad bitch. Stacking up this bread like a sandwich. She roll me treat and give me head like a savage. I'm with your bitch and she geeked out. All off the head like a freestyle. All off the bed.